I will be using the following tools. I will be using 3 bristle brushes. One of them is number 2, the other one is number 6, and the third one is number 8. These are flats and Robert Simmons brand. And I will be also using an offset palette knife. It's a metal palette knife. And the colors, as usual on my palette: titanium white, cadmium yellow light, cadmium orange, cadmium red light, alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, ivory black, and then there are 2 additional colors that I don't always use. This one is cerulean blue, and the other one is phthalo green. The surface I'm working on is a linen canvas, and it's toned. That's why you see this tan color. And I pre-tone my canvas and let it dry, and then I work on that surface. So let's get started with the sketch. Usually I use a combination of cadmium red light and ultramarine blue. That's the mixture I'm using for sketching. I normally don't pre-draw my paintings. I just sketch. And since I'm not trying to create an exact museum replica of this work, sketching it will be just good enough. For the sketching, I will use my number 2 brush, and I will dip it into my solvent, which is Gamsol, and just dilute my mixture here to a watercolor consistency. So now that all my materials and supplies are prepared, I take a look at my reference photo and start to study it, study the composition and layout of everything. And also what I do, I like to divide my canvas, or at least make marks on my canvas where the halfway points are. So on the vertical side, roughly here and here, I usually just eyeball it, I don't measure it out. And then on the horizontal plane is about here and there. So these 4 marks will help me to create my sketch and the layout for the painting. So I will start drawing it as I see it. And as I said, this is just a rough sketch. Because this is a slightly complex subject, I will create a grid. You can see it, I already started to make marks, so I mark my halfway points first, here vertically and horizontally, and then the quarter marks. So I divide my canvas into sections. And with that, and also making the same marks and same sections on my reference photo, I will be able to transfer my image more accurately and more quickly than I would if I just freehanded it. Of course, either way is fine. If you'd like to really practice drawing skills, you probably wanna just freehand it. But if you're more into practicing the painting part itself, then probably creating a grid will be more useful for you. Now that said, the layout of your photo and layout of your canvas has to be the same. Otherwise, you will have a hard time to transfer your image. And because this particular painting is a little bit shorter than this rectangular canvas, I'm going to have to take that into consideration when I'm doing my transfer. Now that my grid is complete, I will step by step block in my lane, not really blocking in, but mark my image step by step. Now that my rough sketch is done, I will start blocking in my colors, mixing them and blocking them in. So I'd like to start with the sky, and for that I will use titanium white and ultramarine blue, and probably I will add some cerulean too, but first I gotta mix this together before I decide. And I will have two mixtures, a lighter one and a darker one. I will definitely add some cerulean. There's too much red in an ultramarine, or too much warmth. And still, I need more. Getting closer to what I'm looking for. I need a little bit more cerulean. So what it does, it cools the mixture, makes it a little bit more of a greenish blue instead of a violet blue. And I'm just gonna put a little dab here on the canvas so I get a good idea what I'm doing. As far as the value goes, how dark it is, I'm happy. As far as the color goes, I think I want to push it just a slight more toward the cooler color. Now that I mixed this, I will adjust my other mixture here, the lighter one. I just need to make it slightly darker. And I will use slight more cerulean because it's closer down to the horizon. Cooler colors, greener. and just a little bit more of both. It's better to do it gradually. So now I will start my blocking process, and I use a number 6 bristle brush. In this following step, I will be mixing the colors for the clouds and the cloud shadows. And after mixing it, I will block them in. As far as value goes, they're just slightly lighter than the sky surrounding them. And I'm talking about the shadow part of the cloud. And there's a little bit of a violet. So I will mix Ultramarine Blue with crimson. And this is what I will add to my white. And I need to increase the amount of color in there. It's still too light. I need a lot more. So now I will also mix the light parts of the clouds, the sunlit parts. And because they are sunlit, they warm in temperature. So I will start again with some titanium white. And to warm it up, I will add a touch of Cad Orange. And I will also have a separate mixture with the titanium white and a tiny bit of Cadmium Red Light. And of course, I'm working from a print, so, and also using a computer monitor. So the colors possibly can be distorted. Unfortunately, I don't have the privilege to look at the real painting while I'm doing this. So I just have to rely on what I see and what I think I see. So now I'm cleaning my brush, and then I start blocking in. I will be mixing the color for the sail, for the red sail, which is pretty much the focal point of this painting. And what I see is colors of red, orange, just a little bit slightly toned down, so I will use a small amount of crimson as well. And first I'm gonna see where this mixture takes me. Okay, this is a very strong mixture, and actually what I see on the painting is a variations of this red, but it is not pure red. I would think that there is some white in it. And probably a little bit more. And also, what I can see is the paint doesn't really overmix his colors, rather works with layers of different shades. So I will try not to overmix either. So now I'm going for the darker reds. And again, I will add some white, just to tame it a little bit. And also I will mix two more colors, a lighter yellowish color and a darker shadow color. So the darker shadow color will have crimson in it and red. And it's also toned down, so I will go for a little bit of my previous mixture from the sky and also some ultramarine blue. And again, I try not to overmix it. I will be blocking in some of my lights on the sail, on the main focal point, and also in the secondary boats. So for that, I will use some of the ochre I mixed. Also, I'm gonna mix a new color, something on the pinkish side. So I'm adding red, red to this white, and again some of the ochre. And I will give it a try and see how it looks.